So I think the question is jihad. What is jihad? What is actually, what do we mean by this? Now, of course, in the Arabic language, jihad, or comes from the root jahada, which kind of means struggle. So when you're facing a challenge, you try to overcome a challenge, and it can be used generically. So you're studying for your exams, you are doing jihad in the university. Don't say that out loud, of course. But you are trying to pass your tests or exams, and you're studying hard. But jihad also in the Islamic legal sense obviously means a just war or justified conflict or justified fighting. And it's similar to the just war tradition which you have in Christianity and in, I suppose, some Western discourse, the idea of the just war, fighting for justice. But it is not a blanket kind of check to go to any country or any people and fight and kill them. Islam commands us, the Quran commands Muslims to be peaceful to those who are peaceful. So we see in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God commands us saying, Allah forbids you not with those who fight you not for your faith, nor drive you out of your homes, from dealing kindly and justly with them, for God loves those who are just. So if people do not fight you for your belief, and they don't kick you out of your homes, then you're not forbidden from dealing justly with these people and kindly with these people, and God loves people who are just. So the Quran is telling us as Muslims that if you're fought for your belief, so if people attack you for your belief, or they kill you for your belief, they force you to cease being a Muslim, you can fight to defend yourself against those people, and you can tell them if they stop, then you'll stop. But if they continue to attack you, then you obviously have the right to defend yourself, and everyone believes in the right of self-defense. And we see that the Prophet Muhammad guaranteed rights for non-Muslims. Here's what the Prophet Muhammad said. He said, whoever harms a non-Muslim citizen, or imposes upon him more than he can afford, or humiliates him, or takes anything from him without his consent, I will challenge him on the Day of Judgment. The Prophet Muhammad is warning Muslims that on the Day of Judgment, he will challenge you before God if you even humiliate a non-Muslim citizen living in an Islamic land. Even for humiliation. Forget killing or oppressing or robbing them. Just humiliating a non-Muslim living amongst Muslims will earn you, the Prophet Muhammad accusing you on the Day of Judgment, which is scary for a Muslim. But it also means it's prohibited under Islamic law. The Prophet Muhammad also said, whoever has harmed a non-Muslim citizen has harmed me. Islam gave women the right to vote. What I mean by vote is, in Islam, we believe that when we are appointing a leader, you have to give the Pledge of Allegiance, which is the bay'ah, the Pledge of Allegiance to ratify this leader as the leader of the Muslims. And the Prophet Muhammad, when he was taking the ratification for his leadership of the Muslim community, he demanded it from men and women. Not just from the men. Just only from the men, forget the women, they're not consequential. No, he demanded the Pledge of Allegiance for both men and women for his authority. Women have the right to work and to own their own business. The Prophet's wife, Khadija, she was a successful businesswoman. Women have the right to education. The Prophet Muhammad said that education, it says seek knowledge, even to China. The bit to China is not authentic, but it's in our hadith literature. But seek knowledge, both men and women, is an obligation, and it's repeated in many verses of the Quran and in the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad. And the Prophet Muhammad, he got a complaint from women that they weren't having enough time learning from him, so he dedicated a whole day just to teaching women and so on. So he basically believed women have a right to education equal to the right of men. Women have the right not to be physically abused or emotionally abused by their husband. I'll get to some evidence about that later. She has the right to choose who she marries. A girl once approached the Prophet Muhammad and said, my father forced me to marry my husband. And the Prophet said, okay, I'll grant you a divorce because your father has no right to do that. And the woman said, actually no, I don't want a divorce, I just wanted the principle of the matter. I actually like my husband. But, in a way to prove a point to her father, she went to the Prophet Muhammad to get his judgment on this.